Hello, everybody, and welcome to our coverage of episode 49 of Ninjago Possession Peekaboo. Get it? Because they're climbing a mountain peak? So funny.
Uh, that's I think it was more like, boo, we're ghosts.
Yeah. Well, I'll do this usual preface. If you would like to watch the next Ninjago coverage, it's up a week early, as all of our videos are, on Vessel, our alternative video hosting platform, a link to which will be provided in the description below. Check it out, get a week's early access to all of our content. So if it's something you feel like subscribing to, please do so. It helps us out a lot, and you get cool stuff as well. If not, well, that's fine too. And with that preface out of the way, we shall continue on with our coverage. LJ, take it away with the usual recap of this pretty odd episode.
Alright, episode starts off and they are on the bounty. It's a little unusual because, well, they really didn't have the bounty doing anything prior.
I thought that it was the
Entire
wrong episode uploaded at first when we were watching it. I was like, what is this, a time skip or is it like a future episode?
Yeah. So, they're on the bounty and the majority of them are practicing air jitsu, as it is later called. I don't remember. Remember?
No,
Was it?
you fail.
Cyclondo. There you go. So they're practicing Cyclondo and pretty much failing at it incredibly. Ronan, for some reason or another, is there as well, although I'm really not sure why.
Nor am I.
They all have new suits that are embedded with this underwater sea stone, which I can only imagine was taken almost directly from One Piece, and are now in new suits, as well as Nia in her new ninja outfit. So Cole's still a ghost, but apparently he's not locked to the house. He can just move around as freely as he pleases. And he's all moped and depressed about it. They get briefed. They find out that their next object they need to retrieve is the Sword of...
Sanctuary.
Sanctuary, there we go, which can predict your opponent's next move within its blade. So what they need to do is climb a mountain for about 4 hours, get to the top, and jump through what basically amounts to an eye of a storm, so they can go to this weird cloud kingdom, which I can only imagine is Skypiea from One
Cloud
Piece.
Cuckoo Land.
And you kill it. So they can get the sword and get back and have an advantage. So, long story short, they get on the mountain, they climb up, shenanigans occur. Shenanigans occur, and they get to the top. But as they get to the top, they find that they got to, use Cyclondo to get on up. And Cole's all worried about it, like, I'm gonna fall and die, you're a ghost, dummy. And once they get that through his head, he gets up, and they all Cyclondo up into the Eye of the Storm to go get the sword. And that's pretty much the
Kai
recap.
would be proud of your abridged recapping style.
Well, I mean, what else should I say? I can go over the battle, but it's basically just summed up with shenanigans occur.
Yeah. Well, it's important because it's the first time this season they've got their mechs. That's cool.
And although, really, is it? Because I think we've seen all of these mechs before.
Kai's we haven't. His is new, I think.
I don't think so. I actually think it's from the Stone Army wave.
Quite possible. Zane's is new.
I think
Zane's is a set.
Yeah. Yeah, Zane's is new. I don't think that Kai's is new, and I don't think Jay's is new either. And Cole's definitely isn't.
I think it's cool. It's starting to finally feel like that Ninjago vibe again after it's been a good start to the season, but it's kind of been a little bit of a break from the norm. Everybody can do something now. Everybody's equipped. Everybody's got vehicles, even though they all got destroyed. And they have air jitsu. So cool stuff. Now, I do have a bone to pick.
Yeah,
I have a bone to pick with that section of the episode where they were like, oh no, how do we get up the mountain? Oh wait, air jitsu, let's go. And then it was such a big deal, like they beat Moro. But why didn't he just air jitsu? Why?
In fact, I was about to say, why didn't they all just air jitsu up there? But the hill is pretty much called the Wailing Mountain, is
Yes.
Yeah, and there are these strong, strong gusts of wind that will practically knock you off the entire mountain. So it makes sense why they didn't do that.
I mean, at the start, yeah. But they could have at the end. They didn't have to
That
hang
is very
on.
true. Another thing that was a bit perplexing. Cole can now possess things to the degree of possessing snow and making a monster from Frozen. Why didn't he do that again?
I mean, there was no real need to.
I mean, he could have just, possessed an icicle that broke off and he went,
That is true, I guess. Like, why couldn't he have, I don't know, possessed the mountain peak? You know what I
yeah,
mean? Possessed the mountain itself. This season, they're doing a lot of stuff with like the ghosts and possession, being able to transform an object's physical appearance. And like, it was weird when they did it with the techno blades, and it's weird now when they do it. But it's just one of those things which has to be accepted. It's a show. They do those things. You know what I mean?
yeah,
But it's still,
yeah.
it still takes me out of the zone when I even think about that kind of stuff. But that's probably just me. I know a lot of people won't be bothered by it. But no, it was a good episode.
Mm-hmm.
Ronan's there for
Those-
some reason, doing stuff.
Yeah, no,
a new member of the team.
he basically fills the role of a more useful brown ninja.
Quite right. Rip in peace, Dareth.
Yep, Dareth. No, I know what happened. Dareth was skinned
Aww.
and turned into the autopilot.
Oh yeah, I guess he did get his cameo for the season. If that was all it's gonna be,
Technically,
maybe he'll be back near the end. But it was a good episode. That's really all there is to say. I'm trying to think of other stuff to comment on.
I like the battle. The battle was a lot of fun. All the interactions. However, one thing that really irked me, and I know they needed to do this to make the battle actually last, but every single time Zane's mech was at the edge, instead of the big brutish ghost mech pushing him off, he picked him up, turned him around, and put him right back on the ground.
Yeah, I noticed that too. So he could continue punching him or whatever. Why not just push him off? Makes no sense.
Yeah, now I understand why they did that, but
Stuff like that.
Yeah.
Stuff like that takes you out of it
yeah.
a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and also they keep mentioning and alluding to, Lloyd is breaking Moro's control. But, whatever. Doesn't look like he's doing much. Because he's still captive.
yeah.
Oh, and also, there's something they've been alluding to the last few episodes that we haven't not mentioned. Moro is not the big bad, as we had been led to believe. He has a master, as do all of his other ghostly buddies. And the master is called the Preeminent. And I don't know what that is.
Oh, yeah, they keep on mentioning that.
Don't know what that's all about, but I suppose we will learn in due time. What if it's the Overlord, sent to the cursed realm and has a new name?
Oh my gosh. Don't do that.
Yep, we gotta bring him back. He's the big bad.
Former big bad.
Yep. But no, that's pretty much all, honestly. It's a good episode. As are most Ninjago episodes. Ninjago does not usually have bad episodes. Which is good.
Yeah. Although these last few, they haven't been spectacular.
No.
But they haven't been bad.
The best episode thus far from this entire season was the first one. It had humor, it had plot, it had unorthodox events, and it threw you straight into the action, and there was non-stop combat and high stakes. The subsequent episodes, they're good as per usual, but there are a couple things like the Deus Ex Machina, Water Ninja, and the questionable possession stuff. Not that great, but I like the addition of Ronan. He's cool.
Yeah.
But for now, that pretty much ends our coverage of Ninjago episode 49, Peekaboo. And we will be back basically whenever an episode is posted. I won't say next week because who knows when they're going to be out. Fun fact, last 3 coverages we recorded have been in a batch atmosphere because for some reason 3 episodes got posted in one day. I don't know where they aired or what's the deal with that, but they're up, so we shall watch them and comment on them whenever we are able to. For now, we are done. Thank you all for watching, and stay tuned for more Ninjago coverages as they happen. We'll see you all next time. I'm Messinek.
And I'm
And
LJ.
goodbye.